Hello everybody and welcome to BWTales print number 9. This time I will show you another picture, another print that was made with this infrared camera baby. I already spoke about the camera in the previous tale, so I don't repeat myself. This image is kind of very simple. It's the mountain that is in front of my house, actually my parents' house, where I'm living here now, and I lived here for the past few years. And it's just from the balcony. It was 2 days of ugly snow and, the dark sky with nothing visible. And finally, the clouds started to lift up and started to show the beauty of the mountain and the panorama. And it was a very nice moment. And this is the simplicity of the image that is something that sometime you can just take from your balcony. And this image was actually with others of the series appreciated in the Black and White Spider Award. But for me, this image was kind of a changing point in my life, because I spent the last years of my life taking care of my parents, and mostly of my father in the last years, because after he was remained alone, and I had a lot of time, but because it was not a problem taking care of him at the beginning. It was really, he was doing good, but I had to be present at home. I could not really get out and do a lot of things, because sometimes there were some little emergency that I needed to be here. Simple things as not be able to stand up from a low chair without an hand or something like that. So I started to feel the heaviness of having to stay between four walls. But after a while I realized that I had my mind and my intelligence, my skills that helped me to do this, and I started to create process that I was able to follow while I was here. And one of these was the conversion of this camera, and that made me gave me the ability to see the world around me with different eyes. I did a project about the city of Boves here that I was able to do, because during my yard hour in the morning, as I called it, I was able to go out, and I had another person here, so I was able to go out and use that little time to just photograph the town and very close surrounding places. And I was able to appreciate the sun coming out, and the clouds lifting, and the sun coming out and lighting the mountain. And so that was the things that made me realize that sometime, if you cannot really go around and follow your passions and do something special, you can simply count on your mind, on your creativity, and on your patience to keep you alive and keep you great. And that's the important of the image. Actually, this image is also important in these last days, because there's the coronavirus going on here in Italy. And by the way, the scary part of the coronavirus is not the virus itself, but is how this socialist government is managing it, and how it's managed in a place where the state controls everything, included your health, included your retirement plan. So when you have politicians and people working for official associations saying, yeah, it's not a problem, the people dying is elderly, that they could have died for other things, the certain age. And you see that the same people that's supposed to keep you alive longer is the same people that will save a lot of money if you die sooner, because they save on your mandatory state managed retirement plan. That's pretty scary. So The scary part is not the virus but the ignorance, and the ignorance at power, it's with power, is really 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 bad. And so apart this little update, because a lot of my friends and people that follows me were asking about the coronavirus situation, and it's strange. It's kind of difficult to understand what is going on. There are a lot of contradictions, a lot of information that are not really clear. To give you an example, I read today that all the visits and surgeries and everything at the hospital, if are not urgent, were shut down. But at the same time, the public offices like the Italian IRS or other offices where you have to go to respect the mandatory deadline to pay taxes or to do some of the thousand of bureaucratic things you have to do in Italy, that office are still open. So yes, perhaps you don't go to spread the virus in a place, but you are forced to go any other. We had the minister saying that it's not a problem on the public transportation, and when someone asked, is a problem on the planes? Oh yeah, but the planes are different. You don't worry in the metro or the bus, and you think really, if you ever travel on public transportation in Italy, you know how much dirty and stinky they are, and so much worse than the airplanes. And so all this lack of information, the fact that when they do conference press is done by politicians and not by experts, and the fact that they didn't answer timely to the problem. They didn't start to screen the flights from China when the problem was evident, and all these kind of things, and everything was transformed in a political debate between the parties, and not in a serious try to solve the problem. That is the scary part. But to get back to this image, the meaning is that I see a lot of people right now that is scared by the idea to have to stay a weekend home without the opportunity to the possibility to go to an event like a football game or something like that. And no, sorry, I spent almost 3 years of my life limiting my abilities to go around, and yes, it can be difficult, but it can be done if you keep your creative mind and if you use the power of your brain to still appreciate what you have around and to still do something positive and creative. Sometimes it's very difficult, in long term is exhausting, but for a weekend or two it's not really a problem. So that is kind of I look at this picture, and this picture for me was the symbol of the way that I was able to stand 3 years with a lot of limits. And really, when I listen people now worried because they cannot survive a weekend without doing something special, I really laugh. We can do that, and it's not really a problem to spend time at home, and especially if you live with the family, keep the time to have a relationship with the people around you. Trash your smartphone and quit to watch the news on the social media every 5 minutes to know if there's another victim around for the coronavirus, and spend time with each other, and that will be time very well spent. Use the time in a positive way. So it's possible to do that. Sorry for this diversion about coronavirus, but a lot of people ask me how the situation was in Italy, so that was my way to answer the question. It's scary because it's managed really badly, but again, the scary part is not the virus, it's the stupidity with power. That's what scares me a lot. Thank you for watching. That's all for now, or I will go on for 2 hours ranting about this situation, about how bad the public health system and all the kinds of things are in Italy. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please put a like, subscribe to my channel. As usual, please go to see the image originally on my website. There's the link down in the description. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Keep creative, stay free, and have a lot of fun. Also, if you must, stay at home. Thank you.